I'm not opening it.
Neither am I.
What if it's more than random?
Then you open it, because if I open it, I die. You open it, there's a chance that you'll live. You're gonna die. You live through. I'm half black. I've got a better chance of survival.
Shit. I'm half Asian. Or, I'm quarter Asian. What does that give me?
Math?
That should work.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Welcome to Cog Talk. I'm Patrick.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Scott.
And today we are recording from the Banco Popular studio.
The what?
Banco Popular studio.
No.
It's where the Whiskey Brothers record.
We're recording from a kitchen. And I highly doubt you asked anyone from the Whiskey Brothers permission.
Absolutely not.
So if we're there, they're kind of going to make you their butt slave.
Yeah, you're kind of...
No. Because as per recent episodes, Slade would just beat the fuck out of me with a collapsible baton.
Okay.
I guess Sam was following him as he was driving home, and he didn't recognize the car, and the car was fucking with him. And so he pulled into his driveway, and this car pulled into the driveway behind him. He was like, "Okay, motherfucker, let's go." And he fucking busts out the baton, and it's just Sam Damaris, like, you know, who looks like a predator with the dreadlocks, like, "Hey, brother." It's like,
I wanted to use it.
Anyways, we're obviously not there, but we just wanted to do a quick little shout out to Whiskey Brothers. Congratulations on your Kickstarter and getting, last I saw, 8,000 out of their 5,000 requests.
Congratulations.
They're rich comparatively to us.
Be happy with what you
Yeah,
have.
we have $8.
So, 4 from you, 4 from you.
Oh, Scott didn't shit. I took $4 from you, Josh, and I had $4 to begin with.
Hey, I give you $1.
You did not. You forgot your motherfucking
I
wallet.
did forget my wallet.
Yeah, so you can't even lie about giving me it. It makes it physically impossible for you to give me $1.
You could have found one on the ground.
I gave you an IOU.
I'm pretty sure you would steal that. It'd be
See
like,
that? You owe me.
it's like, well, since I know your name's like Grandma, let's talk. We have one dumb crime story, and it I don't think it was technically a crime until a cop showed up.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
I disagree.
But it also cements my opinion of why Wisconsin is the shithole of America.
Don't say that. There's probably plenty
Wisconsin,
of nice people.
yeah, Wisconsinites tend to be nuts.
Okay.
But for some reason,
Most, anyways.
I'm not going to say most, because I've met, but most of the people I've met in Wisconsin suck. That being said, I believe that there's good people in Wisconsin out there. They're like unicorns.
So you find them at the Centaur?
At the centaur of the state.
Yes.
Yes, there we go. Haha, mythology puns. We're fucking nerds. Anyways, news story. Wish I had the phone up to do the news story. Anyways, from memory, the Cub Scouts were going around a Wisconsin neighborhood. I believe it was in Sparta. And they're going door to door to sell popcorn. Which, you know, fundraising is what kids do because I don't know why these companies don't have enough money. I mean, Cub Scouts America must have tons of money.
No. No.
They have to raise their own money.
Yeah, pussies.
I have to go to the jamboree.
And those goddamn Girl Scouts took all the cookie ideas. Getting partnerships with all the other companies, like Hershey's.
Mm-hmm.
Those bitches.
Blue Bell, I think, goes well for the ice creams.
And Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know, right?
Monopoly.
Like, Girl Scouts have it made. Cub Scouts are sitting there like, I get to whittle a stick. And they're like, well, we're, making some arrangements with some big companies. And, yeah, we're going to see what we do. Anyways. Cub Scouts. Popcorn. Door to door.
Sparta.
Sparta, Wisconsin. They go to one door. Ding dong. And out comes a 22-year-old man.
And kicks them in the chest.
Into a pit.
Into a pit.
I had to make the joke.
Yep. You're close, though. Because he comes to the door, and he answers it. He's holding what is described as a large sword, so I'm not sure if it's a katana or a claymore. But he's raising it above his head towards the children. To which the kids probably respond, "Ah!" and take off.
How this movie goes.
They tell their cub leader, or Big Bear, I can't remember, I didn't finish the Cub Scouts.
Den Father.
Den Papa.
That
Technical difficulty. Cub Scouts tell their Cub Papa. Cub Papa tells the police. The police go to the door. The man answers the door again with the sword high above his head until they point their guns at him. And then he realizes that he brought probably a fake sword to a gunfight.
No, they brought the gunfight to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He would have technically had the advantage. I'm picturing
They
there.
cheated.
Yeah.
They didn't cheat.
They knew that he had a sword, and so they rather brought guns to a sword fight.
He escalated the situation because their initial act of aggression was knocking on a door.
With their guns.
Probably not with their guns.
With their guns.
They probably were sitting there like, boom, boom.
You have brought a gun onto my property and you're knocking at my door. I view that as a threat.
I have a badge, motherfucker. I do what I want. I will go first in on you if I damn well please.
Prepare to get stabbed in the kneecap.
Did not happen in Ferguson.
Did not happen in Ferguson, but I will stab you in the kneecap.
It's a giant. Why would you have a sword that big? Why would you go for the knees? Anyways.
Hopefully not lethal, but extremely debilitating.
Yes. Still with
It's
the
blunt as fuck, so I'll beat you with my sword.
If it's heavy enough, you can do some serious damage.
That's what they used to do against helmets. It's just like beat the flat end against their helmets.
That's true. Yeah. And with some knights that had speech impediment after a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't offer you my happiness.
Money.
But, needless to say, he lowered his weapon at the end of that and was arrested because they got to check his house because I guess he threatened a police officer with a sword.
Well, I'm pretty sure answering the door with a sword and there's a police officer, they considered that a threat.
Yeah. So, they checked his house, they found more knives and swords and a bunch of pot stuff. And they arrested him. He, allowed himself to be arrested. He didn't go Highlander on any one of them.
There can only be one
In this house.
I am guardian of the Nexus.
I am guardian of the duplex. I picture just like a half a house. Anyways, yeah.
By the power of
He
Fremont
said,
Heights,
he told
I
the
am
cops
dead.
that that's not uncommon for him because he's answering the door with a sword in order to protect himself from religious people.
Sounds valid.
Like a Jehovah's Witness is like,
They're aggressive.
That's either that or you answer the door butt-ass naked with a chicken and a whole bunch of fake blood covering you.
it was actually the easiest way to get rid of a Jehovah's Witness. Big Dick Rock told me this. You tell them that you've been excommunicated. If they think that you're a Jehovah's Witness that was excommunicated from the church, you are a motherfucking pariah to the Jehovah's Witness at that point.
It's genius.
You are bottom of the barrel. It's not like, hey, potential member. It's like, oh, you fucked up.
You're not getting your space heaven.
Yeah, you're not getting seat number 6 out of 7 in heaven. But I thought that was like, who? Don't doors have peepholes or something like that? Like what?
Not all doors have peepholes.
A
He
window
has
by
a sword. He can make a peephole.
That's true.
He should have made a peephole. Like, the only reason he should be answering the door with the sword is because he was busy, like, stabbing at the door when someone happened to ring his
What if he had like a face door for the door? Like, one of those old peepholes that you would just like open up. It would just be like a small, like what the
Hello.
yeah, what all the crime bosses have in Batman shows, where it's like a little slide. It's like, what's that book you got there? But we just wanted to reach you some material. Hold up. And then, it's like, have you met our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? Have you met our Lord and Savior, Conan the Barbarian? Lillian Wallace? The bride from Kill Bill? I'm running out of sword wielding gods.
He-Man.
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 It wouldn't have mattered if he shouted, I have the power.
To turn you away.
His house is called Eternia. He's just defending his house.
He's on Eternia.
He's got like a cat, a whole bunch of knives, pot, and a house named Eternia. And that is his kingdom. That would be like the best delusion ever. You were so high you thought you were He-Man. That means that if a really old woman or a really frail looking person came by and was selling popcorn or gum, they'd be Skeletor.
Maybe, or they'd be Orko.
A really furry guy comes by and he's bad. He's like, I heard you were swinging a sword at my kids. It's like,
Beast Man!
Trick-or-treaters are always manny faces. We're fucking nerds.
Yeah, I'm surprised you know that many.
Those are the only ones, and I only know them because of Robot Chicken.
Fair enough.
How come Beastman got the dental floss and I got the fucking drill in the eye? That's the only reason why I know that many faces. And CKY's Skeletor rap, which is a fucking long callback. In other news, I don't know why I'm playing the fake piano with that. One of our listeners, Matt, he's one of our big listeners from Silver Q, hey, wearing that t-shirt today, told me possibly the fattest thing I've ever heard. And
Possibly?
Possibly, because Mike ate a double down. He admitted it. So, he's got
I think he
competition.
liked it. That's the worst part. He enjoyed it.
There's
have another.
Yeah. That was, there's a blood bank in Arizona. And I guess they teamed up and are doing a charity thing for a blood drive. It's called Pint for a Pint. Which sounds awesome at first. Because I instantly go to beer. And little blood in my body plus beer means I'm drunk fucking fast. But it's a pint of Bluebell ice cream for a pint of blood. And, obviously you're trading the blood. Like, you can't go in there with ice cream. It's like, here you go.
Give me your blood.
Yeah, give me your blood.
Blah, blah, blah.
Ha blah. 6 pints. Ha 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 ha. That was the worst count ever. But he told us about this, and he was like really excited to tell us about this. I think because he knows that we talk about random shit on our show, and he's like, I got one for you. And usually when people say that, I fucking tune out. I'm not gonna lie. But he actually had one that was great. And when he told me that, I asked him, how many times can you do this per week? He's like, oh, well, you can do it 3. I'm like, how did you find that out? And I was wondering if he went a 4th time, and it's, hey, can I get the ice cream? Well, you can't donate today. He's like, I fucking want the ice cream.
Blue is a big deal.
Well, it's Bluebell.
Bluebell. Oh, it's just Bluebell.
Bluebell.
Okay,
It's Bluebell ice cream.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
brand Bluebell.
Oh, okay.
Bluebell is still.
It's a high quality ice cream.
It's good, but it's not Blue Moon.
No.
And he, for some reason, paired this story up with the fact that his freezer's broken. Which is, that whole combination of things is why it's the fattest thing I've ever heard. Because all I'm picturing is Matt going down to the blood bank, getting his Bluebell coupon, going to the store, getting the Bluebell pint, and going, oh no, I don't have a freezer at home. I can't keep this cool. I guess I'm gonna have to eat it here. And it's the thought of doing that repeatedly. Like, I know it's impossible. I know that his freezer wouldn't be broken for like months, and it's like, drat, I forgot again that my freezer is broken.
Well, you said 3 times a week, right?
Yeah, not that he donates 3 times a week. He just had knowledge that you can donate 3 times a week.
It's probably something that they tell you when you go after your first
Are you
donation.
sure he's just not lying about that part?
No, I'm not. But I was very thankful for his the story and that he gave us this, and I was curious, what's the fattest moment that you guys have heard or have had yourself?
I've heard one, and it still drives me nuts that this happened.
Lay it on me.
I'm not going to use a name, so it's going to be our famous. Anyway,
That
We'll hear that cry ever again. Matt decided he didn't want to reach his arm and grab the remote.
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
You know, he could just reach with his arm a little bit, straight, grab the remote. Or even just stand up and grab the remote. This pleasantly plump fellow decided that it was better to take use of the fact that he had developed a certain sphericalness to his form and roll to the remote. This is after apparently a few minutes of pleading with another to get him the remote.
I know exactly the guy you're talking about. That was the one that he rolled to it. Another one was the same situation, and instead he took the bed to him. As in, he just pulled the mattress off the bed until the remote was within grasp.
Oh my!
And I love this guy to death. He is a great guy. He is. If you think me and Big Dick Rob are assholes, man takes the cake. He has a fucking If I have like a submachine gun and Rob has a assault rifle for assholeness, and you have a sniper rifle, Matt has a tactical nuke. Like this guy can trump anything that you will ever say to anyone.
I still need to meet him.
And he's a great guy. He's a fucking great guy.
Yes, he is a lot of fun.
He's a family man now. That's why we're doing Matt. Because if his kids are like, oh, I'm gonna Google this stuff. What's this? Oh no, Dad, why?
Really?
And he's like, come here so I can spank you. He's like pulling a mattress towards him with the kid on it. Like, no.
As young as they are, I'd be really impressed if they could Google this.
And kids nowadays.
Yeah.
What about you,
that's
Scott?
that hipster kids. And that one video with the it was on fire.
Yeah. Wow, I fucking hate that commercial. What about you, Scott? What are some fat moments that either you've heard of or you've had?
I actually just had a fat moment as we were having this conversation. You had
You
mentioned...
got winded.
That sounds like a lot of effort pulling.
Oh god! Like he's doing like a pantomime. He's like, oh god.
Well, no, you had mentioned the double down, and then I realized, and then I had the thought of what I was going to do, and the story I was going to tell, and then I combined them, and I created the double down gangbang.
Oh god, yeah, because we were searching up the random like secret items, and there's a Mick gangbang, which it's not actually called that. Do not go to a McDonald's
Yes.
and ask for a Mick gangbang.
Now,
But here's how you make one.
Mick?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll get your story. You order a McDouble and a spicy chicken sandwich or a chicken sandwich off the dollar menu. You split the McDouble at the patty point and put the chicken sandwich inside, and you put it back together. Now you make this the McDouble gangbang by
Taking the whole thing and putting 2 chicken breasts on each side of it and squishing it.
pretty much, yeah. Oh, and that's not the fat moment. The fat moment.
No, that's the cardiac attack moment.
The fat moment was, that sounds delicious. Oh, God. I had that moment. In my head, I thought, that sounds delicious. And then, oh.
Like you just hit the salivate trigger in your mouth where it's like, bing!
And then there was the disgust moment.
Because
I've actually never had the
Because that's your conscience speaking.
Yes.
Scott, no.
And
Scott.
I'm going to listen. I've never had the double down, and I actually never plan on trying it. Because I have heard horrible things.
He's never going to admit it.
No, Mike evidently gave it a stellar review.
Yeah.
Do they even still sell that?
The double brown? No.
I don't know. I haven't been to a KFC in a while. Every time I go there, they're like bad.
I don't remember the last time I had KFC.
I'm sorry. I've never had it.
No. Not like the food.
Well, no, the service.
Yeah.
I mean,
there. How often do you go to KFC though? I saw you bring in Raising Cane's today.
Cane's today. I haven't gone to KFC since I've been on a Taco Bell kick for like the quesadilla thing. And taco.
When you said Taco Bell and you spaced for just a brief second, for some reason in my mind I said diet. So and it's like a Taco Bell, like, man, this fried chicken's getting too much. I gotta curb it a little bit. Oh, hello, processed meat and cheese.
No, it's just like, I'm tired of this taste. I'm gonna stay quesadilla now.
So, my fat moment was... I just lost it.
You wanted to eat Scott while he was eating the McDouble down?
Yeah, I was going to actually take the McDouble. I was going to put it all in
It's
his
the
stomach.
McDouble gangbang. Thank you very much.
I don't... You know, at that point, it's the McDouble down. It has 2 pieces of chicken on the outside with everything else inside. It's the McDouble down.
Yeah, you go with whatever's enveloping the sandwich.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I totally lost mine. I challenged you guys to yours, and I totally lost mine. Like, I totally would have used a Merrick moment, but I don't want to reuse the same material. I will say that I realized...
had a moment in your house.
Yeah, I'm not going to use that. When I was teaching the kids, I realized I had a fat moment. And that I was not athletic as I was in high school, which was barely athletic enough as it is. Rob will tell a story about how I jumped off a backpack and blew out my kneecap. Because I got this high off the ground. But I was playing... What was it? I was playing, like, flag football with the kids. Because it was their PE. They, need positive role models. And I was there, and I guess close enough. Okay. So I would later go on to tell dick jokes on the line.
Yeah.
But as we were playing, I was playing with 8-year-olds, and they were faster. And their legs are like, yeah, and my legs were like an adult's legs. And they were running faster than I was. Not only that, but I kept on having to do the pull up the pants thing, which is like the most embarrassing thing when you're running. And I hate that. The worst part was when I accidentally ran into a child because I couldn't stop. Which is the second fat guy moment. Was I was moving too fast that my legs didn't process, like, no, child, no, stop. And I just, is that whole, like, wobble motion. I can't imagine it from the kid's perspective. Where it's like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is not slowing his roll towards him.
I wonder if, like, when your life's really short and it flashes before your eyes, it does, like, different sequences. Like, each flash has different filters.
Like Instagram filters where it's like sepia of like this morning you're eating breakfast, so it looks like it's way further back. Maybe it's a flash forward in life where like you have like your kids and like their kids, and so your grandparents like, oh, I'm never gonna experience those.
I had a skinny guy moment in high school.
We don't want to hear about it. Those are never interesting.
What was your skinny guy moment? Because since you're already breaking the rule, like always, where it's like, let's talk about this, and it's like, I've got something that has nothing to do with that.
Well, it's kind of there.
Nope, challenge. Be funny.
Yeah.
Go. Because my story sucked.
You rode over a child. Your story's fantastic. You traumatized. You created that Lois's brother from Family Guy by doing that to a kid.
Yeah.
That guys are awful. Guys are suffering. Yeah, like that's what you've done. That's what you've done. You created a monster in that moment.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wasn't the brother's name Patrick?
It was. It was. Skinny guy moment, Scott.
Skinny guy
You
moment.
murdered your wife.
I was playing.
Okay, we're done with the Family Guy references. We can go all fucking day.
We were playing football in our ROTC, and we didn't have our flag, so it was, touch football. And our instructor he was like 5'4", 5'6", really muscular, and had an issue controlling his power. So when he went for the two-hand touch, he kind of like shoved you into the ground. A little aggressive. So I've got the ball.
That's not a power control. That's not a physical power control issue. That's an emotional power control issue.
Crush the child.
Yeah, where he's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, fuck you, child.
Creative Patrick.
Proceed.
So I've got the ball. I don't know why I had the ball, because I was the fucking center. I snap, and I stop people from moving. You don't give me the ball, because I'm not going anywhere. But for some reason, I had the ball, and I was running. And all I hear is, hurry up, Chief is behind you. My thought is, don't
Master Chief.
hit the ground.
I'm gonna die.
So I sped up, and it's like the black guy athletics in me kicked in, and I outran a Navy officer who could do 100 push-ups in white uniform and not get a speck of dirt on him.
You know why you ran faster?
Because I didn't want to die.
Fear.
I
I wonder if we took like that black athletic side of you and took out like the white lazy side of you, if you would actually be like your cousin Christian.
I would.
Where like Scott would just be like Jack and like athletic and stuff like that, and like there'd be like another like mega Scott that would be like just fat and lazy.
Like man.
Yeah, like man. He'd just be
Did
like
you just say Mega Scott?
yeah, like NEGA.
As in like Scott Pilgrim?
Yes.
Did you go have lunch with that guy?
I did. He's actually a very nice guy.
This is a very reference-laden episode.
That's all I can do.
That's not a skinny moment. That's a fear moment.
Yeah.
No, that was skinny because
No, I could run
I
faster
out-
if I'm terrified. I'm pretty sure.
I outran a naval officer.
You don't
Somebody trained to run. He was a...
You don't have to be skinny to outrun that man.
When he's
You have
already
to be-
2 feet behind you, yeah, you have to be very athletic and skinny to outrun that.
And you didn't really outrun him. You just reached the point where he couldn't chase you anymore.
No, I outran him. He was 2 feet behind me. When I stopped running, he was about 10 feet behind me. I actually ran faster than him.
Now, I have to say, do you think it was out of sympathy?
No.
Where there's a sweaty, fat black child like, no!
He was not a very sympathetic man.
Maybe he didn't want to be called racist for pushing the black guy down.
Hey, he's like,
That was not an issue either.
Oh, man. Let's...
Maybe he just saw Forrest Gump. I don't know.
yeah. Maybe he saw radio.
Thanks.
I had to make the bad joke. I love you.
Fuck you both.
let's do a plug. Why not? We have no plug this week, but we want one. Yeah. So in the meantime, why don't you go to cogstockproductions.com/cogtalkepisodes and click on the Amazon link. Buy some things. It's zero cost to you. It gets us a little money in our pocket. It is a great thing. While you're on cogstockproductions.com, why don't you check out the Girls Podcast, which actually just came back from a long hiatus, and they're coming back, starting strong from episode 1.
Yep.
It's rebooted. Or rebooted. I don't know how to put that.
Reboot.
Yeah, reboot.
He's talking about our girls' tits. This is awkward now.
Hey, for the record, they talked about their own tits.
They're allowed to. They're tits. You don't have anyone involved.
I'm the boss.
That makes it sexual harassment. That makes it a law.
Hey, I've watched a lot of Mad Men. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's the 1950s.
Yeah, let me get some whiskey and cigarettes, and we'll talk about this later. But no, they had their first episode, which was all about sex stuff. I figured they wanted to get that out of the way, and they seem like they're going to be a strong series, especially since the next episode, little bit of a preview. I hear that there might be some alcohol involved, just a little.
This is how people die.
Boobs and drinking.
Yeah,
Please,
Yeah.
for the love of God, yes.
I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
Have you heard of Helen of Troy?
Send me. Wow. Family Guy reference, football movie references, and then Helen of Troy. Where the fuck are we getting these? So yeah, buy shit, listen to shit, and thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Without you, we'd be doing this still.
without you, we might be in a poorer place and getting certain diseases that are kind of trending recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
We're talking about Ebola. And to be fair, I want to put this right now. If you are worried about Ebola, like as an individual, go fuck yourself.
Go swim in a sewer.
Then you'll have it.
The only way to get Ebola, from what I understand, is you pretty much need to be asshole deep in someone else's blood or feces that also has Ebola.
Or an animal.
Or an animal that had what?
The bodily fluids of an animal that is contaminated with Ebola. It just has to be...
Is that accurate?
Yes.
I'm looking at you as our science expert.
Oh, I'm your language expert. I'm not your science expert.
Well, you're dating our science expert.
Because I just...
I thought you got some... Yeah, please.
Well, more than likely it's true. You'd have to look it up yourselves.
Either way, you have to be covered in that shit.
Yeah, it has to. It's transmissible by fluid.
Yeah.
It's
So
not it's not like, yes.
If you're worried about Ebola, like getting to you out of random, you should worry also about STDs floating into your pants while you're on public transit.
Yeah.
Just say.
I don't know. Depending on where you live, that might be a legitimate concern.
Well, if someone came in the seat and you're wearing like mesh pants, I guess, and you just decide to like rub your dick hole all over the. Never mind. Let's talk about the less gross thing of Ebola.
I'm imagining crabs with wings flying through the air.
What, so like the Flight of the Valkyries or whatever the hot
I
thing?
think- now I'm just thinking like crab locusts. So it's like Egypt, and everyone's like, no. And then they took the firstborn. You told me a scary story. I'm not sure if it's true or not. But per a website, I heard the phrase zombie.
Yeah, there's actually, according to a multitude of websites, the one I found, like, I guess the most credibility
Is the Onion Report.
No.
No.
Absolutely not. No, it was allafrica.com. And apparently in Africa, I've heard, rumor-wise, of two. This one only talked about one. That basically people are dying of Ebola, of course.
It's serious shit.
It will kill you.
Yep.
It will kill you dead. But apparently, Ebola now has a sequel edition. And you come back. And the story I've heard from another person was two people on the way to be cremated woke up in the crematorium and went, ah!
To which the mortician probably beat them back to death. Because I know if I'm sitting there with a pine box, and the pine box in the middle that goes, it's like, fuck.
Yeah,
I do not need Resident Evil 5 in my shit.
It was parasites. Well, it's a virus.
Yes, I will say that, but I'm saying Africa zombies.
But yeah, they have some pictures of the Ebola zombie. So yeah, those of you that are excited about your zombie apocalypse, Ebola
Might be.
Who was betting on that one?
Yeah.
You know, the disease that makes you like bleed and just leak from everything.
Yeah, it's internal and external hemorrhaging is like the main symptom.
Yeah.
And the worst thing, like,
So
the zombie part of it, I'm not sure whether I believe or not, because Africa is known for superstition. Like, obviously, all areas don't have it. But there is one area in particular that had it. And what that was Ebola patients were being treated by the government, and a rumor went through the town that the government's not here to treat Ebola. The government's here to steal blood.
That's more conspiracy theory than superstition.
Either way, the town believed it. And so they broke down the walls of the medical facility and liberated the Ebola patients, carrying them out.
The bleeding, hemorrhaging.
The bleeding, hemorrhaging,
nasty.
shitting everywhere Ebola patients.
Now guess who else has Ebola?
There's a town of zombies.
yeah, the reason they're being referred to as the Ebola zombies is they're clinically dead. So no discernible heartbeat or anything. I highly doubt they're using like any EKG or anything like to test like brain activity. Like, oh. But
maybe they're just like Superman when Superman died, and his heart's going really slow, so it's just to conserve energy.
1 beat per week.
Yeah. That was such a dumb fucking plot. Doomsday killed you. You're dead. Get over it. You know, long-haired, mullet-having Superman.
there was like 3 different. They were all crap.
Exactly. They're all garbage. And then they finally went, sorry.
They're all actually bad guys.
Yeah, look at that. They're nega Supermans. He took them out to coffee and then fried their faces with eye lasers.
But, so, clinically dead. And coming back.
No.
Yep, that makes him undead.
That
makes them undead.
That does make him undead. But even so, and I will stand by this, even so, that would not lead to a zombie apocalypse.
No. Because
soon as people are aware of this, everyone that's seen a Romero movie is going to be like, oh, okay, we're going to start bashing their heads in. Which means a lot of closed caskets, but no zombie apocalypse.
I say zombie apocalypse, I'm going to
All it takes is just a faster turnaround time for that.
Yeah, like if everyone got Ebola, like if a nation got Ebola.
Yeah, like, I'm just saying, like, the virus is, obviously, if this is what it's doing and that's going to be its thing from now on, the virus has already changed. It just needs a smidgen of more change.
Yeah, just be transmutable like something else, where it's like, hey, now it's an airborne virus.
No, because Ebola is perfect for it, because you just leak the infected fluid everywhere.
It needs a faster incubation.
Yeah, it needs just a faster turn period. So you have your 10
that would be...
you have your 5-second zombie.
That would be such bullshit.
And it's Ebola, like, so they're like.
Where's my Pepsi machine savior now?
Brad Pitt's probably on his own on the island.
How can he be lonely? He's adopted every child with Angelina Jolie. He's got the fucking planet Tears
Because
underneath.
they were all from Africa.
I almost spit on the mic.
I just did nothing. It hurt. Oh, God. Oh.
Madonna screwed too.
It is. Well, she already looks like a zombie, to be fair enough. She's got, like, the sinewy arms. Like, you always see that picture of her.
And then that concert where she tried to be Jesus, so maybe she's thinking the future. Yeah, she was coming down on a cross, all crucified, crown of thorns and all. And they're like, no. And then they left her concert. And said she can't have a concert.
I'm just picturing her, like, up there, like, guys, come back, guys, I'm sorry, guys, can we get the sound? Guys, I'm sorry. It was going to be like a virgin. You guys like that song, right? It wasn't going to be one of my other ones.
It was out of country, though. Which one?
I'm sorry, the DOZD agent must clarify that would not make them undead. In order to be classified as undead, you have to, while walking around and in motion, have absolutely near zero brain activity and no heartbeat. That would not be classified as undead. You have been resurrected.
Well, they didn't say that there was a heartbeat afterwards. They got up and went, meh. And that was the end of the story.
Which could have just been like an expulsion.
They didn't wake up and go, oh, God, wait, stop, I'm alive. They got up and went, eh. So it's not like they immediately went, let's check out everything. The guy probably did what I said I'd do, and just like, fire.
That's just because I didn't finish everything related to the story, but yeah, like,
maybe the story's better this way.
I think so.
Yeah.
And they're clinically dead for a period, then they're not clinically dead. That, for me, classifies as undead.
That's resurrection.
No, that's undead.
But Jesus was a zombie. He came back as Madonna.
There you go.
Yes. Well, you're going to love the next topic because you found it, Scott. First of all, I will preface this because the girls had a whole sex episode. This is the only time that we'll talk about sex because look at us.
Such a liar.
Well, look at us. Look at.
Like, this is good, but that side over there is like...
Well,
You're referencing yourself.
everyone loves a chocolate. Everyone loves a chocolate bar. But vanilla is the finest of flavors.
Nah.
So, moving on. You found a device, and male sex toys suck.
Mind you, I was on Geekology researching topics for this episode.
He just found out it had a link to Geekology.
Yeah, he had the Amazon order. It's like, thanks for finding us. Did you find us through Geekology.com, Google.com, Amazon, or Pro Tips Whacking? I don't know. Why can't I come up with a masturbation website right away?
Pro-jerk.
Thank you. ProJerk.com. What device did you find?
It is a device called the Handy. It is a silicone glove that you put on, and it is like this.
It has you're doing like the OK symbol.
Yeah, you can articulate 3 fingers, and these 2 are kind of in place. You can still move them because it's silicone. And it has a cup on the end that comes out to about here.
About 1.5 inches for ththose listening.
Yeah, 1.5 inches. On the pinky, it has a vibrating bullet, and on the just under the thumb, there's a button that you push that exudes lubricant, and it is for giving yourself a handy.
Spider-Man's
Now,
lubing your eye.
Geekology put it the best because this thing looks horrifying. This is something a villain would have in a comic book. The writer of Geekology, whomever his name is, I don't pay too much attention to who's writing it, but said that it's like you're getting a hand job from Iron Man.
Because that's exactly what it looks like.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask, don't the fingers have like little dots and stuff too?
They've got like grippies.
Yeah.
It's like gardening gloves.
The back side, for some reason, has the grips with the holes in it. The front side has just square grips.
Well, the backside, like, if you just showed me the backside of what it was, I wouldn't assume that it was like a jerk-off thing. I would assume that it was like a workout glove. Because it has like squares that articulate the back and then each digit. And so it just looks like a really stupid oven mitt that you can only go like this with. Like, you can only make the OK symbol with each hand.
Yeah, but what workout involves you making this motion with a tiny little bar that fits into the 2 slats that you make the OK?
The high bar.
But it's capped. That's the worst part about this
I
device.
didn't say they were good workout gloves. I just said they were workout gloves. But it is the most horrifying thing because it is also fire truck red.
Yeah.
There is no disguising that these things look like Elmo's giving you a hand job.
Soon to come, though, you have the black, neon green, and TARDIS blue.
Oh, and
And the specialty Southpaw.
For
You
all of our
left us.
left-handed hosts, Josh. Now, this is just me on my little soapbox, but why are all men's like sex and masturbation toys horrifying? Like women's, they have down to a science. It's like we gyrate, we vibrate, we glow in the dark, we do everything that you want. Guys are like, well, this one's a pussy and a flashlight, and this one is a steampunk Iron Man glove with a cap.
I have to ask this. Why does it bother you?
I have to ask, why are you guys whispering?
Naturally.
It's talking about sex
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a certain level of shame that comes with it because I'm crying.
But again, like, why is it such a big deal to you?
It's not, but it is my only argument against equality.
It's your only argument against
Yeah,
equality?
when it's like, we should get equal pay, we should get equal rights. It's like, well, there's a lot more science going behind you getting off than us getting off.
But still, like, why even have a soapbox about this?
It's not an actual
We were bored.
I'm not actually outraged by anything, but it's just one of those observations where it's like, why? Why the difference? Why the difference in technology?
Because of hysteria.
Because of hysteria?
Yeah, hysteria was a clinical diagnosis for women. The treatment was orgasms, which led to the development of dildos and other such female sex objects. It started out as like a whole fucking deal, too.
They made a table for doing this.
Well, it was the doctors were manually doing them before.
So you had to go to the doctor.
Before
Why do I picture a very lonely woman being like, "Oh, I'm feeling hysteric"? What's the sound of lights opening for those listening? Is that nice little? It's like a door creaking.
No, stop. It sounds awful.
But yeah, there's a mass difference.
Like, yeah, men didn't have that issue back then, so we're like,
We still don't have that issue. We
50
have
years
the
behind.
perfect tool.
sure, but still, we're like 50 years behind in sex. Toy technology.
It's unfair.
Or, sorry, actually, it's like 100 plus years.
It's unfair. And all of our toys are creepy.
What do you expect?
Because
They're all tubes.
It's like...
It's all tubes
here's
all the time.
Yeah. It's... I don't know. Google got into some, a little bit of a deep thing.
Especially because I'm just done with this fucking topic.
I'm done with my soapbox. I'm moving on to my water-based lubricant box. Google might be in a little trouble. They got a warning shot fired at them by attorney Mark Singer. And they're pretty much saying, like, Google, why aren't you doing better against the fact?
Because you're not trying to stop it, you must be perpetuating.
Well, his main thing is like they're gaining money from this because they sell ad space on their stuff, and you can look for stuff on it, and then, you know, I guess the jerk off motion is really inappropriate when talking about the fattening.
That's why you get the glove.
So that way I can just put on a big red silicone thing, like, oh, I'm gonna get some tonight from me. Squirt. But
How do you refill it?
carefully. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, for some god-awful reason, like you don't know what this is, but you know what a podcast is. Yeah. The Fappening is talking about all these celebrity photos that have been leaked about them. Naked, nude, angry, and hairy vaginas everywhere.
Well, why would you? Not even that. There's some. It's like you got bikini shots. It's like they took this picture for a magazine. Why?
But Google, they're pointing their finger specifically at Google because
Google's a search.
yeah, evidently, like, it's easy to find pictures of it through Google, and because Google's not fast enough to block those links from their site, they're inadvertently aiding the effort. Which Google came back and said, like, we've actually deleted tens of thousands. There's just a lot.
It's like people download and re-upload and continuously upload. So it's not like we can just take one picture and hit a block on everything that is this picture. We have to constantly take them down.
I want to emphasize a single rule from the internet. If it goes on the internet, people, it's there forever. You can never do anything to get rid of it. It will never go away. It will always be a part of the internet.
Yeah. So even though you piss and moan at Google, which is kind of unfair to Google, because Google is doing what they can, considering that they're a search engine.
I'm sorry, they're good at what they do.
Yeah. So like when someone types in, Jennifer Lawrence, it's going to find everything that's been tagged with Jennifer Lawrence. It's kind of like getting mad that something got caught in a net. Where it's like, why is that there? It's like the net's designed to catch all things that say Jennifer Lawrence, or, you know,
I was fishing for salmon. Why is this tuna here?
Because he was swimming with salmon. I think that was really good, actually.
Yeah. It was very slight, but the tuna reference, very, you're good, you.
You're welcome.
It's because you had to edit the girls' podcast. It's, you got all the vocab and shit like that they used. But yeah, it's like, why blame Google? Like, they compared it to Twitter, where it's like, well, Twitter did a good job on it. It's like, because everyone got to hashtag it with the fappening. Like, if you looked up nude on Twitter, you could find a whole bunch of things. Some of it might be victims of the fappening, right? But if you looked up the fappening, it was like instantly like, no, shame on you, slap on the wrist. You know, if you're posting it, your account's banned, and any links directing to it will be taken down. So they have a smaller base than Twitter or than Google.
And they have a better system for like clipping. Let's be honest. Like, okay, you can't use that hashtag.
Exactly. The hashtag doesn't come up, or if it does come up and has an image attached, it's instantly flagged.
Yeah. And so they have a better way of tracking where you can like not even put Jennifer Lawrence. You can just put something about like something like related to her, like maybe one of her movies or something.
Yeah, and if it has the same like SEO or SEO, I don't know the technical term for it, but if it has the same like parameter, then it gets caught in that little net that Twitter gets to cast.
Yeah.
Where theirs is more like a filter. Google is like a web.
Yeah,
Things are gonna fall.
It was stupid. I think it was more or less an action just to have an action.
Yeah, I think they put it as a warning shot, where it's kind of like, hey, step your game up. And Google has said in the past, like, we want to be held to the highest standard. Like, we are that confident in our company, and we want to be that good that, like, when we fuck up, we need to be held to a high standard.
But there's the highest standard, and then there's
an unrealistic standard.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
It's the internet.
They're not going to be able to.
You shouldn't have put them up
well,
there anyways.
It's the internet and it's lawyers and attorneys, which we all know that out of people that piss and moan, those are in the top 5.
I never realized old Jewish men are at the top.
Yeah, there's like old Jewish couples having arguments in restaurants, my previous relationships, and school kids. Not in that order.
I just don't get it when it comes to the internet. You shouldn't put anything anywhere near the internet that you don't want on it.
Well, and, to call back, like, the Whiskey Brothers have been doing, and they talked about it a little bit, and they made a great reference to it, is like, the bank's been robbed 32 times, and you're still putting pictures in the bank. Because they're all based off of the Apple iCloud.
Yeah.
And it's
been hacked a lot.
Yeah, it's not that it doesn't sound like it's been all in one go, and they're just like systematically going wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. It sounds like each time that it happens, it's been hacked a unique time, and it's going, okay, here's this burst. We hacked it again, so here's these.
You talk about specifically the happening?
Yeah.
I think it was...
We're wave 3.
Well, no, I believe from what I've read that he got all of them and said, all right, here's the first batch. Let's see the uproar, and then if it gets popular, here's the next batch. And then it did. He went out the next batch.
So he's systematic. The hacker that's doing this, like, who is this 4chan? Sorry, that's my favorite fucking video about this. This is that a news reporter and her tech analyst at CNN, I think it was CNN, did not know that 4chan was a website. And so she sits there and she asks, who is this 4chan? And then she corrects herself when she realizes it and goes, or what site is it? And the analyst is like, I don't know, but I assume that we'll find him or it soon.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh god, how much money are these people paid?
He's a tech analyst.
That was his title. He had the big bar underneath that is like CNN or whatever news station it was. I'm sorry if it's not CNN. Tech analyst.
Tech analyst.
So you think this would be in his wheelhouse a little bit?
A little bit.
At least in the sense of, maybe I should Google 4chan.
Like, does he not know what Reddit is?
Who is this Reddit? Are they a team with the 4chan?
Are they a team?
I got my balls busted so much. I'm so glad I get to bust someone else's balls about saying old shit. Like, I made it the YouTube last week just because I just find it as its own entity. Like, hey, if you're watching the YouTube channel, and I just took out the word channel instead of the word the. Mm-hmm. So when someone else fucks up like that, I'm glad I get to.
Yeah, but the 4chan fuck up was way worse than yours.
Well, because it was on that. It was televised. And yeah, we're recording this, but, our most popular video is about the Tinder, something.
Just give up, Pat.
It was about
the Pat.
Tinder, the app. See, I used commas on that one.
Ooh.
And me fake vomiting into my own beer.
Which was funny as hell.
It was messy. So we get to fuck up a lot and have a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
Until someone takes this and is like, These guys are outraged by male sex toys.
Take us out of context, please.
Yes, oh, please.
I would love. You know what I want to see? A bad lip reading of one of our Cub Talk episodes.
You know what they're going to do is they're going to have me looking directly at you and saying Nega Scott. And then you're going to slow it down by like 25%, so it's like, Nega Scott. And it's like, what did he just say to his co-host?
Why isn't he beating him?
Well, I think that he has a right to say whatever he wants to a person. Never mind. I'm not going to even pretend to be the opposition for that.
Just, you're done.
Last weird thing from the internet, since we're talking about boobs and tits and boobs and dicks and tits
Silicone
and
gloves
tits and
and
silicone
zombies.
gloves and zombies and all that weird shit. Yes, they all went together. This is all one theme.
And if you
Sex.
listen to Geeky Gamer Girls, yes, it is.
It's. I was trying to think of doing it like a sex, drugs, and rock and roll thing to that, but it's like sex, gloves, and zombies.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
No. But I do like sex gloves. It's like sex, gloves, and
Zombie holes?
No, you like sex gloves. Like the handy.
comma. There's a comma. There's a comma.
I didn't hear a comma.
There's a comma. There's a comma.
Not a fucking comma.
I think it's Nestle. I always get confused with certain brand names. And it's the N. It's Nest L and then E with the little Sante Group. That's Nestle. Right. Nestle. Yeah, it's the French term for the little dash above the. We made so many references this episode to nerdy things. Nestle Fitness did a video. And what the video was about was there was a woman wearing a pink, they called it a bra. It looked almost like an undershirt. And then she was wearing a sweater that was buttoned up so that way bra wouldn't be seen. They put a hidden camera in the cleavage of the bra to see how many people would look at her boobs. And they had a counter going on. And throughout the video, they get up to like 30, 38 views at her boobs. And originally I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is bullshit. It's going to be like, people are perverts, and blah, blah, blah. And it actually had a really good message. And it said, people are checking out your boobs. When's the last time you checked your own? And it was a breast cancer awareness thing. Two things. One, best thing that happened in that was a guy got caught looking at her boobs and missed a ping pong ball shot. It was the best thing because it was as soon as because you can tell where the camera is because they'll make eye contact. And when it looks like they're looking directly at the screen, that's like, hey, is that the boobs? So eye contact means they're looking at the boobs. And he makes eye contact and he goes and completely misses a ping pong ball coming at him. I love that. That warranted its video. Two. What will we do about prostate cancer? Do we put a camera on our junk? And it's like, how many people are staring at your bulge?
Let's go to the beach. I'll wear a Speedo and put a camera in my ass.
That's where you get checked. So, can we make it like a tight Speedo? What if we got the Borat Speedo?
Sure. But isn't that more like a leotard?
Kinda.
But you guys have to be in hair and makeup crew for this shooting.
Oh, absolutely. Almost
Scott.
I don't want to.
By the way, that means that one of us has to put oil on. Nope, too late.
Nope.
It was one versus one.
No.
His girlfriend is doing that.
It was crystal
You
clear.
don't trust her? Is that what you're going to say?
I
You don't
don't
trust her to fluff you?
No, I don't trust her to not use Crisco.
We could just get you a cup.
I'm sorry,
That's
good
who's
on
up.
you.
That wouldn't be bad, but it just wouldn't be the same effect as the ass camera.
No, I'm saying for the you said before.
Oh.
I'm saying for that, we'll just get you a fake bulge.
Alright, fake bullshit. You'll have to help me put it in.
No. Why do you need help? You're like, I don't. I just want to. I need emotional support. We're bulge buddies. Is that a good dismount for this episode with bulge buddies? Alright. That's to wrap up our episode, make sure that you check us out at the Twitters. Yes, the Twitters.
Now you're just doing it on purpose.
I'm doing it on purpose.
It's not funny.
You can check us out on Twitter. You can find me at the main Twitter account for CogStop, cog_stop. Josh, where can they find you?
Nowhere. I was smart, unlike those people on iCloud. No, you can find me at Manless Evolve. Pretty much anywhere.
And we will post nudes of Josh, so that way he's our our Bulge battering ram into thing. He's gonna be in the fact when he's 7.
That's a good fact.
Yeah, it's the same one with Mark Wahlberg going, "What? No." Scott, where can you find you?
New Bill Scott.
Next to me, helping me adjust my cup.
I have pictures of Scott. I do have Photoshop capabilities.
I'm okay with this. Just a little to the left.
No, I have pictures of Scott with Photoshop capabilities. I don't have pictures of you.
I know. That's why I said I'll help.
When we did the developers blog, I only found one picture
I know.
of you that I could use. And it's because it's the only picture of you within the past 6 years. You're like Sasquatch. All other pictures are blurry. So you just be putting a cup into something blurry. And it's like, we're not editing
No, I'll
anything
take a new
out.
picture.
That's Josh.
No, I'll take a new picture.
Oh, please do. Just a selfie. I'll put Scott down there with like big ol' thumbs up.
I will end you.
Dude.
I will divide by 0.
Make sure you also check out facebook.com/CogStopProductions. Check out the website, CogStopProductions.com. And if you are listening to this at youtube.com/CogStopProductions. You get to watch us do the video, and you get to see us do a lot of this today. That's probably going to be a thumbnail. But yeah, I think that's it. Anyone want to leave with some words of comfort? Zombie hand jobs? I don't know.
Remember, shake it once you're fine, shake it twice you're fine, 3 times and you're playing with yourself.
Thank you.